Well, we have Dave Hoeger with us now, superintendent over at Maquoketa Valley. And a good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Great to have you here today. Great to have you on the video. We're going to try something new with Dave here. So looking forward to finding out what's going on after last night's meeting. Organizational meeting for you last night?
That's right, yeah. So on these meetings, you have two meetings. You have the first one, which you finish old business, and that we just approved the election results and settled books from the previous year. And our board member, Chris Huber, who's been with the Maquoketa Valley Board for 12 years, did not run again due to a move in her near future. And so we thanked her for all her service and participation with the Iowa Association of School Board, and was a very good board member. So got that meeting done. And then our new meeting, swore in 3 board members, Mike Feldman, Doug Dabrowski, longtime board members. And then our new board member replacing Chris was Rick Hoeger. So we welcome him to the board as well. And so got those sworn in. The board nominated Donna Cundy to continue being our president. So good news there. Donna does a great job. We had some FFA students give us a presentation. They did very well recently, finished 3rd place nationally in Indianapolis at the FFA convention, and were invited to judge at the Royal Highland show in Scotland next summer. And so big deal. They had they'll have a nice trip planned for themselves to do a lot of agriculture related things over in Europe. And so I hope that trip works out for them. The board approved their out-of-country travel last night, and they are still deciding as families if this is going to work financially for them to go participate in this or not. So we'll have a decision coming on that on their end soon. But as far as the board is concerned, we're good to go there. So great job by them. It's good to hear their experiences, and they're real excited about next summer if that works. So the other thing we did last night, a few business items, but we approved early retirement plan for teachers for next year, or for the end of this year, I guess, at the conclusion of the school year, if any teachers are interested in that. And that was about it. Just talked about some upcoming legislative forums taking place and getting ready for the legislative session.
And well, earlier this month, your PIPL vote went through, and that just means that you approved the what's going to be happening with that over the next several years.
Right. Just it was our referendum just to indicate how we're going to spend funds, which is the same as what we've been doing, but we needed voter approval on that. So appreciate the community strongly supporting that initiative as well.
And this is the time of year where you start talking to the legislators a little bit. Is there anything that you would like to talk with your legislators about regarding education?
Our legislators have taken a few steps in the last couple of years, and I appreciate it, just in providing equity among school districts. Years ago, just the way the formulas were written on how schools are funded, schools got kind of place what here's where you're at, so this is where we're going to start funding you, and now we're using a different formula, but yet those funds are different for different schools and for no reason, and the legislators know there's no reason. It's just a matter of how do you financially catch up and get everybody back on the same page so that each school district receives the same per pupil amount. So they've been taking steps in that area, and I appreciate that. I hope we can continue to do so. Other than that, I guess just continue to hope that school boards have the authority to keep managing schools, and there's a good balance in the state coffers this year, so we hope we can get a reasonable settlement from the state on what our student amount will be for next year. So those are some things that we'll be talking to our legislators about coming up here in a couple of weeks.
All right, Dave, anything you want to add today?
I think that's good. Thanks for having me on. Good way to do it. All right.
Very good. Dave Hoeger with us, Maquoketa Valley Superintendent, on the guest of the day, brought to you by Bill Thomas.